Hey friends, so today I am making some creamy homemade baked macaroni and cheese. This recipe is on my website at plussizeinchicago.com. However, I am going to show you how I make this. I was actually cooking this during the holidays, so I figured I'll cut on the cameras and show you step by step of how I make it. So this recipe does include a roux. However, the roux is basically the flour. You can do this without flour, and I'll show you how. So I am using several different cheeses this time, and again, it's because of the holidays. Normally I'll do like 2 cheeses. So this is some Gouda as well as some sharp cheddar. Later on I'll be adding in some Mexican cheese as well as some mozzarella. But normally when I'm making macaroni and cheese, I'll just use like a mild cheddar cheese and maybe a Mexican cheese, and that's pretty much it. I usually don't do the 4 cheeses, but again, this was a holiday, so I add a few more cheeses to this. So this is the mozzarella cheese I'm going to be adding. So this is shredded cheese, and I am adding the Mexican cheese. As you saw earlier, I was shredding that by hand. I could have used my food processor, but I didn't feel like cleaning it, so I was like, I'm just going to hand shred it. So in that pot, I do have some chicken bouillon, and I'm adding a box of macaroni that is 1 pound, which is like 4.5 cups. In this pot, I am adding some butter. I have a seasoning combination that's on my website, again, at plussizeinchicago.com. And that seasoning combination, as well as this milk, is going to make that roux. So in that seasoning, I did have some flour. Now, if you want to do this without flour, meaning that you're making your roux or your sauce without flour, you can substitute the milk for heavy cream. If you're adding just heavy cream to this, as well as the seasoning and the cheeses, you do not need to add flour or milk. Just use 4 cups of heavy cream instead of 4 cups of milk. So what I'm doing is adding those cheeses into that pot of milk and heavy cream. And I am going to stir that until that sauce is ready. The elbow macaroni, I've drained it, I've added that to the pot again, and I'm adding that sauce, and I'm just going to stir it up. So this is a time where you want to taste it to see if it has enough salt and pepper, because everyone's taste buds are different. And then from there, you're going to add a little bit more of that cheese sauce just to make sure that it's creamy before adding it. Again, I was making this for the holidays, so I am heating it and cooking it today, but I am going to reheat it the next day. So I wanted to make sure that it was extra creamy, so that the next day when I heat it up in the oven, it will be fine. So here we go. So I'm going to pour this into like this half sheet pan, and I'm going to be adding some more sauce before adding the cheddar cheese. And again, that's just because I am reheating this the next day in the oven. So just layering on more cheeses. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to top it off with some smoked paprika. That is definitely optional. You do not need to add that, but it just helps it look a little bit more prettier, I guess you can say, and to also give it a better look when it's browning. So notice I did not add any sprayed non-stick spray to this pan. I also did not add any butter because of the butter that was used for the sauce. That's not needed, so you do not need to spray the pan also. Also, if you notice, I did not add any eggs. So if you are allergic to eggs, like my grandson, there are no eggs in this macaroni and cheese. So I have the oven preheated at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to bake this in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes, uncovered, so that it can brown and look like this. So again, I have the full recipe on my website at plussizeinchicago.com if you want to see the ingredients and how long to cook it and all the other things. I hope you all liked what I cooked in the kitchen today. I will see you all next time. So friends, if you're watching this on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, shout out to everyone who has subscribed to my channel, or maybe you're following me on one of those social media platforms. Thank you so much for coming back and cooking with me again. If you are new here, my name is Angela, and this is my account Plus Size in Chicago, where I make a lot of easy to cook comfort food meals. You'll also see me reviewing different restaurants in the greater Chicagoland area, or maybe showing you some places I ate while on vacation. Be sure to subscribe or follow me. Also leave a comment and share this video with your friends and family. I'll see you guys next time.